Hey, good morning everyone. Mr. Mac here. This week for art, we're going to be learning all about how to make cityscapes. So we're going to be working with the rectangle, squares, triangles, and maybe some circles because we spent a few weeks learning about polka dot circles and circles that are called concentric circles with the artist Kandinsky. So today we're going to be working more with rectangles, and then it's about where to put those squares, okay? So where you put them is important because when you put them inside of the rectangles, you're going to get buildings. So we're going to be starting off today. Just grab some paper, marker, crayon, pencil, or paint. All right, and you guys may want to just give it a shot and try out one of these, a ruler, get your straight lines. All right, you could do that. If you don't have a ruler at home, you can also use the side of a book, and I'll show you that in a moment. So get started today, we're going to start with what we call the horizon line, the line that separates the land or the street from the sky. So we're going to start with 3 straight lines. I'm going to use my ruler for this part. 1, 2, and that'll be the sidewalk. And I'll put one more right up here, 3. On top of our sidewalk, we're going to be adding our buildings. So we're going to work with rectangles. What I like to suggest is start with the rectangles that are closest to us. So on top of our sidewalk, we're going to start with rectangles near us. So start from the side of the page, across, down, and I have one rectangle. I'm just going to go right across. I can use the book if I want, and if you use the side of a book, you can actually get your straight lines this way as well. Okay, you can see how much straighter that line is in that one. So you can work with a couple different tools. Just have laying around some books. All right, and I want to make some of the rectangles different sizes. Next, I'm going to overlap or put these buildings in front of buildings behind them, and that's going to give us depth or space. So it looks like these buildings are close when I'm standing on the street, and then the buildings behind it are going to look like they're far away. So I'm going to take a line, go straight up, over, down, and you can see now this shape looks like it's in front of that shape. That's called overlapping. Maybe I'll do it here. I'll make this one look like it's behind this building. So at this point, then I got to put in my squares, my next shape. So pretty much all I've used is straight lines, no curved lines this week. We did that with polka dots and with concentric circles, but now with the squares. So I want my biggest squares on the buildings that are close to us, the first 4 buildings that we drew. So I'll use nice big squares. And I'm placing them inside, and that automatically starts making this look like a building. I can use a rectangle if I like for a door, a little dot, and I'm just going to go right across. Now, these rectangles can be placed in different places. Okay, you can put in circles, you can put in semicircles. If you read the slides, you'll see it in the slides. I have examples of different shapes, arches. So, on this, I'll do some arches, which are just curved lines with a flat bottom. Kind of like a rainbow, flat bottom. I'm just kind of going through, and this is giving just a different look to my windows. I could put rectangles underneath. Okay, so if you want to challenge yourself, please do so. Start adding some really great shapes into these cityscapes. Don't just get caught with just squares if you want to challenge yourself a little bit. Definitely add triangles for roofs. Put one on that. I actually do a little tower over here. Kind of putting my doors in different places. I'm just adding squares, biggest squares in the buildings that are close to us. Now we want to show depth, or we want to show space. So we want to look like these buildings are close and these two buildings are far away. How do you do that? Very easy. You're just going to put smaller windows. I'm just going to put really small windows because they're very, very far away. This would take us 5 minutes, 10 minutes to walk to those buildings. They're much further away. And I'm showing that they're far away by overlapping and by changing the size of my windows. So it's like a little magic trick that artists can do to make it look like there is space or distance in our drawings. So I have this building small windows and this building small windows. I might just put even slashes, just little slashes. That's going to make this building look like it's very far away because the windows are so small. Just going right down the line. Now, you're going to have a whole street. You guys can make cars, you could do people. Okay, there's so many things that you can do. You want to tell the person looking at your picture if it's daytime or nighttime. If it's daytime, a circle for the sun. You can put the rays. And if it's night, I'll add a crescent moon. That's going to make it look like it's nighttime. So I hope you guys have a great time with these. Again, any material is fine. Even the uidraw.com program, which is free on the internet. You could use that to draw your picture for this week's art project. But working with shapes, working with our squares for windows, our rectangles for buildings, talking about overlapping or putting shapes over other shapes, talking about size of shapes. So this lesson covers a lot. I hope you guys have a really great time, and I can't wait to see when you post it on Google Classroom. And have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye-bye.